The next type of person that I see, and I see this a lot, is the overly focused. So you have the ones that are kind of paralyzed in place and not moving anywhere, you know, whether it's because you're couch potato or because you're just, you know, research fanatic and you just can't get moving because you got too much going on up here. But then you have the ones that are ready to jump in. You know, they hit the information and they're ready to go. And that is good too. But, you know, see, the difference in the two is that you have to have balance, because sometimes you dive in so hard head first that you crash because you are going with such gusto that you're not planning out for the long term. You have to know that if this goal is going to take me 4 weeks, 6 weeks to get to, you can't go all out in the first week, because by the time that 6 weeks hit, you're not even going to have energy left to do it. So there are also the overly focused. They're so gung-ho that they haven't taken into account how long it's going to take to reach that goal. So maybe you have the person that says, okay, I need to lose 50 pounds. And then they read on this person who is, you know, a fitness competitor, and you see their diet plan and you say, well, hey, they're a fitness competitor. This is a fitness competition diet. I'm going to do that. You're not in a fitness competition. You're not about to step on the stage in 12 weeks, 16 weeks, what have you, if you have to lose, you know, a set amount of pounds, 50 pounds. So don't train like a competitor if you're not competing. I'm not saying that that can't be your ultimate goal, but you have to realize that if they are on a 12-week competition prep diet, they are getting on the stage. There are a lot more stringent requirements that they will go through to get on that stage. Not all of them I agree with, but I'm just saying, you cannot take that person's diet and try to apply it to your lifestyle. You have to do what's best for you. There is no reason for you to start doing 2 hours of cardio a day, slashing your carbs, trying to water deplete, and do all these crazy things that you're seeing fitness competitors do because they're about to step on the stage in 4 weeks. That doesn't make sense. Am I yelling at you? Kind of, but it's for your own good, because you have to realize that this is a long-term thing. This is your life. If you're a competitor, then okay, maybe I'm not talking to you. If you're about to step on the stage in 4 weeks or 6 weeks, then that's another video for another time. But for the average person who is just trying to lose weight and live their life and fit back into their skinny jeans again, there is no need to be so drastic. Yes, you want to take action, but plan it out, okay? Take your time, plan for the long term. At the beginning of your journey, think ahead. What do I want to be doing 10 weeks from now, 2 months from now, a year from now? Because that is what happens and how we get on the whole yo-yo dieting. Because everything we see, we say, okay, hey, this is it. This is the magic pill or diet or food. And so I'm gonna eat tons of it or do this cardio all the time. Like, okay, Tae-Bo is the newest thing. I'm going to do Tae-Bo every day. Okay, Zumba is the newest craze. I'm going to do Zumba 5 times a week. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to go crazy, or same thing with weightlifting. It doesn't mean that you just go straight into the gym and start trying to max out on your lifts when you're a beginner. Whatever your goal is, yes, you have to take baby steps. You can't just dive in to everything that you hear as soon as you hear it and then move on to the next thing, because then you're all over the place. You didn't really have focus. It's more of a I just want to hurry up and get this over with thing. Why? What's your plans for afterwards? If you don't have those plans, then you don't need to be diving in yet, or you need to be taking it slow until you figure out what those plans are. So a lot of times we'll dive in quickly without any type of long-range mentality. You need to be realistic. You need to know that, okay, if I'm going to lose this weight and it is going to take me 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years before I look the way that I want to look, then where do I start now? Because you have to remember that wherever you start now, when you get towards your goal, you're gonna be working harder. You're gonna be doing something a little bit different. So don't go crazy now if you're gonna have to increase it later. Don't come out the gate doing 2 hours of cardio if you're gonna have to increase that, because your body keeps adapting. Your body is always gonna adapt. So think of that ahead of time and plan for it. Because if you don't, then it's gonna hit you by surprise, and then you're gonna be doing all this cardio, and you're gonna be eating all these, you know, hardly anything, super clean, and then you're gonna come to me, or you're gonna come to Lucille, and you're gonna say, I don't get it, I'm working so hard, and I'm eating so healthy, and nothing's happening. Well, because you did everything right up front. Your body adapted, and now that's just part of your life. Now, what you're doing is no different than waking up and brushing your teeth in the morning. You need things to be different. You need to be able to have something to change to. So there's no need to figure out your maintenance calories. Say, okay, I'm gonna cut 25% for my maintenance right off the top because I have a lot of weight to lose. Why? You have no room left for play. If you go straight to 20-25% cut, then you have nothing left when you hit a plateau. Why not start at 5%, increase to 10, increase to 15%, take a diet break, then go back to 5%, 10%, 15%, so that you are always changing. Don't think, see, our society has us believing that, oh, well, the more weight you have to lose, the more drastic you should be. Why? That if you think about it logically, that does not make sense. Because the more weight that you have to lose, the longer your journey is going to be. The more adjustments you're going to have to make. The more plateaus you are going to hit. You do not need to go straight into your weight loss journey slashing as many calories as possible. That's why I will always tell you to start low. Always start lower, because you want to have the wiggle room. Same thing with your workouts. Don't come straight out and do more than is necessary. There's no reason why you can't start with 15 minutes of cardio, then go to 20 minutes of cardio, then go to 30 minutes of cardio, then start doing intervals of 30 minutes while you're working a minute hard and, you know, 2-minute rest, and then where you're working 2 minutes hard and a minute rest and things like that, so that you can still stay within the 30-minute mark even, but be changing things up. There is no reason for you to immediately hop on the treadmill and work out for 60 minutes, because when you hit a plateau, you have nowhere to go but up. With your weights, you want to be able to slowly increase them. It's a little bit easier to do with weights because all you have to do is increase the weights versus spending longer amounts of time with the weights. But same thing, you don't want to just start doing circuits and cardio all the time, because then that's pretty much just all cardio, and when your body adapts, what do? Okay, same thing with your foods. You don't want to start off eating 1,200 calories, because when you hit a plateau, what are you going to do? You have to have a plan for those things ahead of time. So that is the flip side of that coin. That is the other type of mentality that dives into everything, and they think they're so focused that they disregard the facts. They disregard their future. Okay, so when you do dive in, you want to have the balance between not being so paralyzed that you can't even start, but not being so gung-ho that you just throw all caution to the wind and just go crazy. Because either way, you're either gonna burn out because you went so crazy right off the bat, or you're never even gonna get started because you're so busy procrastinating because you don't think you're ready.